I'm afraid readers will find this first post a bit misleading. While the channel is christened The Savages Read Dostoevsky, I, in fact, will not begin a book review with any of Dostoevsky's work, but in truth I will begin with a book few are familiar with, Make Room. Make Room, by Harry Harrison. The book is a dystopian novel revolving around a detective named Andy Rush, and he must try to apprehend some unknown criminal responsible for the murder of a big shot by the name of Mike O'Brien. The novel revolves less around the murder itself, and more around the world the story is set in. The novel was written in 1966, but the story takes place in 1999 and the world is now one large teeming city. Forests have been destroyed, animals of all kinds are extinct, and humanity is on the brink of annihilation. The world is overpopulated and overcrowded. One's daily fare of food, if one is lucky enough to get food, is lentils and oatmeal. Food items such as meat, bread, and others have become commodities that few can have, even the rich are not exempt from this privation. Water is also in short supply as the remaining groundwater is either tainted or has been completely drained, so that the remaining supply has to be rationed or even completely cut off for days on end. But the most precious commodity yet is space. The city of New York is so crowded that not an inch of space is not defended zealously and violently. The novel does contain some romance in the form of Cheryl and Andy coming together during the murder investigation, but for the most part the story concentrates on the ecological aspect. There are plenty of dystopian novels out there, but few address such sensitive and controversial topics as overpopulation. Most authors would either use war, disease, or natural disaster to set the basis for the dystopia, but Harry Harrison utilizes unchecked human growth and reproduction as the trigger. Pollution and overconsumption are brought on by overpopulation and worldwide government's unwillingness to enact any policy to curb it. This novel has been made into a movie titled Soylent Green starring Charlton Heston as Andy. The movie does deviate a bit from the novel. There were a few events changed, and a plot twist was added to the ending of the movie that was not there in the book, but this doesn't harm the movie in the least. In fact, it actually improves on the novel as something that's possible to happen to mankind should he continue to exhaust the world's natural resources unchecked. Overall, this is an excellent novel which I highly recommend, especially if you want to get rid of any pesky emotions such as happiness and hope. Give this book a read. I give it a 5 out of 5.